Hi everyone, this is Board Games and Bourbon. I'm Glenn Flaherty, and right now I want to tell you about a really cool game that I found recently called Multiuniversum. It plays 1 to 5 people, about half an hour, and even better, I think at full price the game's like $15. And there's a lot of game in here for that price, especially the solo mode that's very strong. Now, in the game, what you're trying to do is it's essentially a worker placement game where you're trying to travel between these different locations here, labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They also have colors: white, orange, red, blue, and green. And what those different locations have powers, but you're trying to travel around because depending on which color you are on, you're going to spend cards that activate on those specific locations. Meanwhile, also trading in the cards, not only for the powers, but for the internal merit of the card to close these contracts, these portals in the game. And these portals in the game have different values. They have values of 1, 3s, and there should be a 5 in there somewhere, a 5. And essentially what's happening is when you get there, you just have to trade in these resources. But it is not easy to get to these locations as you might think. So to set up the game, what you're going to do is you're going to take this big pile of cards here, and you can see that depending on the location, what powers you can do on the different cards is different. Here it says this will allow you to walk around. This says you can recycle some stuff. Let's see, here you can look at files. Here this red says that you can close portals. Green means you can use the power of the location you're on, different stuff like that, and they'll only work when you're in the right location. So you're going to put this pile in the center. You're going to put 5 cards into the discard because in the game you can use the discard. You're going to choose your player color. So in this case, I chose red and I chose orange, yellow, looks like here, okay? I'm going to lay out the numbered locations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put my worker of the same color on my associated location, right? So I'm the red person, so I go on the red location, in this case, number 3. And then I'm going to shuffle the contracts. I'm going to distribute them evenly, the 1s, the 3s, the 5s, and then shuffle them in each pile. Then each person is going to get 3 cards. And that's basically it. The setup is really super fast here. And the footprint is not large. Like you can see, it's really, 3 hands wide. It's really not a big thing. So you can do this in a small space. So we're going to pretend I'm the orange person and that I'm going to want to go first. So I have these cards here. Now, what I can do on my turn is one of a few different things. I can either do an action. I can prep a tool, which means I take the card for its symbol and I put it down here. That allows me to trade it in the future for a contract. I can discard however many cards I want if I'm stuck and draw new ones, okay? Or I can simply pass. And at the end of my turn, I want to always have at least 3 cards in my hand. So looking here, what do I want to do? Well, okay, if I look at this contract that's right before me, I see that it has a purple and a blue symbol. And that means I need to have those cards besides here, ready to go to be traded in. And on the yellow, what it says I can do, it says I can use the power of my location, okay? The power of this particular location here says, a little symbol here, it looks like I can draw 3 and I have to put 2 back. So basically I'm picking the best card I want. Okay, I can do that with this card. This card is going to let me walk around because it has footprints on it. That one let me use as the power because I'm on yellow. That lets me walk because I'm the yellow. Here, if I had enough symbols to buy a contract, close a portal, I could do that. I could activate that power. Well, I really don't have any of those, so I get to do 3 things. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my... These are pretty important to close gates, so I'm going to keep that one, okay? Sometimes you have to pit these symbols against each other. I'm going to go ahead and put this away because I need this symbol, the beaker, to close that. It's also used on this contract over here. It's used on this contract over here. And you can see, too, like as the values go up, you need more and more symbols. So let's take a look at the number 1 symbol here. Okay, so you can see here with the number 1 symbol, it requires 1 item to close it. The number 5 symbol requires 3. That's definitely the hardest. The number 3 symbol, the 3-pointer, requires 2. So it gets a little harder as you go on, okay? Okay, so my first action on my 3 is I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to prepare this tool so I can use it in the future. I do want this gate item, and what I might do is I might trade this in and redraw on the hopes that I pull up something that'll give me a blue symbol. Nope, I got a magnet that's used. Okay, that'll be my turn. 1, 2, I'm going to do my third action. I'm going to do it again. Hopefully I get something good here. Another magnet. Okay. And then lastly, I dropped the 3. Oh my gosh. Another magnet. Boy. Okay. And that was the turn there. So now we're going to go to the red player. And you can kind of see how this is working out here. I have a yellow, which is great because that's what I need for this contract. I'm on the red. And the red location requires a purple and a yellow symbol. Well, I have a card right here that I can use for the yellow. I don't have a purple though. I am on the red, and on the red it says I can use the power of my location, and it also has that recycle symbol. Now, if you ever need to know what anything does, the book is really good about telling you all of the symbols because it has a little cheat sheet right on the back, okay? So we're going to pick this up, and when we look at the recycle symbol, what that means is you're going to take any card from the discard pile and add it to your hand. I might very well want to do that. Because I do have the power here that's going to activate my booth. That's pretty handy. I have 2 recycles, so I might run to turn in a recycle. So I'm going to play this down. Let's see what's in the pile. See if there's a purple symbol here. There is a purple symbol. But look, if I play this, I get rid of the yellow. Okay. Do I want to do that? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play this card down. I'm going to pick this card up as its replacement. Now, what that does is it gives me both symbols that I need in order to close this gate. This gate requires purple and yellow. I now have a card that says purple, and I have a card that says yellow. So my first action was to trade in. My second and third actions are going to be to reserve my tools. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do right there. So now I have 2 tools reserved. Now, all I really need is the card that lets me close it, and that looks like a swirly. You can see here it says if I get to the blue gate, I can close, all right? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to draw back up to 3. 1, 2. No, I didn't get it, but I did get 2 more swirlies in the yellow. Okay, and that is that person's turn. Back to me. I have magnets. I have a magnet over there. It would be nice if I had a yellow. I don't really have a yellow. I have 2 magnets, and I don't want either. So what do the symbols, all right, look like? This one right here, that looks like an investigator symbol. Very hard to see, the white on the white. That symbol right there means draw 2 cards from the top of the deck. That's just a straight draw. I might do that. So my first action is to do that and just get 2 more cards. Still don't get that purple. Need that purple. Okay, so I'm on the yellow spot. Now I can travel. I can activate my power, which is to draw 3 from the deck into my hand, and then I choose 2 cards and discard them to the discard. That might get me closer. That might get me closer. I now have the card that lets me close my gate. That's pretty important. I think I'm going to play this card because it's going to activate my location on number 2. I am on the yellow. I activate it. The power that's written here has the symbol, just to reiterate. The power of the location is to draw 3 and discard 2. So let's see what they are. 1, 2, 3. I got it. Okay, I got my blue symbol. So I'm going to discard these 2. All right. That was that action. 1, that was 2. And I think my third action is I'm going to put this down. Okay. I put that right there. Okay, so I'm in good shape. I can start to close a portal. Moving back to my red character. Okay, my red character is on the gate that has purple and yellow. I have the purple and the yellow. Now I just need something to close it. And I have draw 2 cards or activate a power. And the activate the power, now on this one, what this says here, has 2 little symbols there. that have little arrows between them. So you can choose any 2 face-up portal cards and switch them. These are the portals, essentially the contracts. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to activate that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw 2, and hopefully I'll get something here that I can use. I'm on the red. I do not. That was action number 1. Well, I'm going to do it again. It's red. This says I can draw 2. Okay, I'm looking for my 3rd one here, people. Yes, and I got it. So here's my 3rd action. I'm going to play the gate closing activity. Boom, right there. That's because I'm on the red. I'm going to close this by paying the necessary items to do so. And I've scored the first points in the game. Finally. Okay, so that's 3 points for me. Now you're going to do this until 3 of these locations are gone. It actually moves a lot faster if I wasn't narrating it. Now, as far as the expansion, it's a Cthulhu-based expansion that kind of has a push your luck element into it that I actually just saw in Paladins of the West Kingdom. Essentially, you're going to have a location that is Arkham Asylum, and you're going to be drawing kind of like these insanity debt cards in the game. And they're negative points. So the further you get into trying to close portals, the more you get, and you want to go to different locations, like to the asylum, to get rid of them. And by the time something triggers, you get negative points for the insanity cards you have. It's a further complication of the game. I don't think it's necessary, but if you've played this a lot, that'll push it a little further for you. So anyway, that is Multiuniversum. I really enjoyed it. I hope they gave you a little flavor of how to play the game, especially for the price point. I think it's pretty wild. And if you have any questions about the gameplay, let me know. Happy to tell you. And I hope you are all doing well. Be well, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.